Cool. When you open up your template, you have this art layer with nothing on it. Now, I played around off screen and made this, and this is kind of where we want to go. How do we make this? How do you go about doing that? Well, just in case I mess up with this video, I'm going to make a new art layer and hide this one. And we'll call this, test, and this one art, just so you've got it there. And now, if I remember how to do this right, we want not a black fill and no stroke. We want no fill and a black stroke. No fill, black stroke. Got it? And the stroke of 1 pixel. We get the rectangle tool, and we could turn on our guides, come right out to the center, and then hold down Option and click, which means draw from the center. And I want you to draw a 685 pixel square. Click OK. Now this square, we want to enlarge this stroke, but we want to make sure that stroke goes in the right place, because the stroke can go inside, it can go outside, or it can straddle this line. Now, how does it do that? And how does it know? Go under Window, down to Stroke. This is the stroke panel, and by default, it opens up. I don't know, does it open up like this for you? But if we zoom in, see those 2 little arrows right there? Just like I've shown you before, click, click, click. Look at all the different ways this is displayed. This version has the most options, including dashed line. And look at this stuff, arrowheads, all kinds of cool things. But look, align stroke. See how it says align to center? So if we turn the stroke from 1, I'm going to click on that downward facing arrow, to 20, watch what happens. Watch over here. When I click, that stroke goes on the outside and the inside. But I don't want that. I want it to just be on the inside. Now, there's just on the outside, but here is just on the inside. Get it? Controlling these strokes, and then the cap and corners, these are important later on for you guys drawing with strokes and having weird things happening when your lines connect. Here's your secret right here. Okay, but for right now, I want to save this. I don't want to go hunting for the stroke panel. I'm going to grab it up here, not by the stroke, by the top. I'm going to click and drag it right till I get that blue line, and there it is. But I want to save my workspace because I want this here the next time I work. So you know this little routine where we save and we use the exact same file name so that we now have our custom workspace gets a little more sophisticated. Now, with this selected, I'm going to go ahead and hide the guides because I find them distracting. This is selected, the background's locked, and I'm going to copy this, Command C, and then I Command F to paste right in front. Come up to a corner, rotate, hold down Shift so it snaps, and here's what we got right now. But I don't want this. I want this outer shape. I don't want to see these inner lines here. So we can use the shape builder. And I won't show you why it doesn't work how we want right now, but the reason is because this is 2 rectangles with strokes. So there's a fill and a stroke. I just want this to be all fill. And the way we do that is with Object, Expand Appearance. And then I always come up here and check Expand after that just to see, God, is there something hidden? So now if we use, we'll select that again. I'm just going to click and drag to select it. And we use the shape builder. Click once on it to select it. Come out here. Notice there's a plus sign by default. There's a little plus sign. And even though there's no fill, we're getting this highlighted. Don't worry about that. That's just the nature of the shape builder tool. Now we can hold down Option, which turns that plus into a minus. And I want to get rid of that line and this line and this line. And I hope I get this glitch that I got last time because I want to show you how to fix it. I didn't. Before, when I practiced this, I got two little lines here. And if that happens to you, hold Option and just click and drag straight across those two lines. And don't go into the black. Okay? So if you do get those two residual lines there, that's how to get rid of those. I don't know what's going on with that. That's just Illustrator. But we got a problem here. If I click on one of these, I just get the one box. And if I click out here, I get the other box. But if you notice, if I click on both of them, we got a fill and no stroke. And that's what we wanted. But we want to get rid of these little artifacts here. So back to the shape builder. And you got to be careful not to drag into the white. You just click and drag around the corner. And we're going to work our way all the way around. And it's just going to merge these things. And we're going to turn this into one big shape rather than two individual shapes. Once we finish, you know, this is called the shape builder for a reason, right? And the last one's right here. And now with the selection tool, deselect, click anywhere, and you select everything. Cool, huh? Command C, Command F, paste in front. This time I can't do it manually because I don't have snapping set up. I could set it up in the Illustrator preferences, but Object, Transform, Rotate, and I want to rotate this 22.5 degrees and make a copy. Oh, not make a copy, Command Z, because we already have a copy there. Object, Transform. Oh, I didn't think of this. We could have done this and made a copy. I didn't have to copy and paste right in the center. Hey, live and learn, right? Okay, so there you go, another trick. And yeah, I'm not going to think of everything. So now I want to go ahead and rotate this. You know, and I could save out, could be a good little boy and save out my symbols. Like I told you before, you know, Option click on that, get rid of those, and save this symbol. And what is this? Well, we'll just call it S1, who knows? We can always rename these things later. And now out here, I want to break the link, and I want to ungroup twice. Remember that? And now we have our two individual shapes. We're going to select them both and get the twirl tool. And we still have the same settings we had before. We can turn on the guides, and that way we find the center so simply. And just click, right? One click. And then we can, you know, might as well do this just so you get in the habit. We're saving out S2, and then we're going to break the link, ungroup twice, and I'm not making new layers this time because, as I explained in a prior video, we already have that, so we don't need it, right? So click again, and you see where this is going. We're making the different variations on this theme. And the idea of saving out these incremental ones is we just have more resources. And as you get more sophisticated with this and you know exactly what you're looking for, you can skip these intermediate steps, but there it is. That's the shape that I made before that I want to use and save and preserve. And that is kind of cool looking. It's unexpected. And there are other things we can do with this. But the whole idea is to experiment. Would you have ever thought from drawing a square you could arrive at this point? You know? And what's the answer? You know, I don't think so. Come up with another 3 completely original, and not just rotating around and not just rotating 2 boxes. What other ideas that we haven't done can you come up with that'll make something surprising? And I'm going to look and say, how'd you do that? That's the idea. So whether or not you surprise me, isn't the point. It's to experiment. Not all experiments work, and upload 3 images to complete this, 3 original ones that aren't like the other 2. And I will tell you that some of these just don't work at all. Or at least I haven't found a particularly good use for some of those other deformation tools. Experiment. Have some fun. Surprise me, and maybe I'll surprise you with a little feedback in the blog that makes your bank account go pitter patter. Not that you're doing stuff for gold, but you know, we live in America, and that's part of the deal, right? You get paid for what you do. Get really good, you get paid really good.